Hey, everybody. Welcome to Star Trek Lexington, where we are already debating the finer points of temporal mechanics and the temporal prime directive here outside of the game. Especially interesting, given that the title of this episode is The Tapestry of Time. So, maybe that'll come up. I am, of course, joined by my regular cast. We'll go through quick introductions, starting with Chesh over there.
Hi, I'm Chesh. I talk about dumb things and Project 25, and I have a philosophy show that's going to be on episode 2 in 2 weeks, which is the first Saturday of every month, where I got a bunch of people who know things about philosophy, but will say that they don't know anything about philosophy because that's what every good philosopher does. Join us over there. It's a good time.
All right,
I also laugh at idiots. I'm playing Dr. Tregan, but I don't know if I'm going to be Dr. Tregan today.
Oh, all right.
Ding. Oh, I'm Tiriana. I don't have a YouTube channel with content on it, so while I say a lot of dumb shit, you have to come here to listen to it. I'm playing the executive officer Björn Chanos, and yeah, that's it.
Okay, and over there?
Other way. Hey, I'm Craig. I run the channel FTFE, where I talk to the dumbest people on the planet that think the Earth is flat. Tomorrow I have 2 debates, one with someone who thinks the Earth is flat and the moon isn't real, literally thinks it's a hologram, and then I'm also debating Flatzoid again because, I guess I hate myself. I play third in command Commander Terran Shelby, who is Chief Engineering Officer of the USS Lexington. Let's go.
Awesome. All right, and then over to that way.
Me?
Yes, you.
No, it's me. It's not mirrored for me. It's
okay. I'm gonna go.
Don't worry.
I'm Jordan, and I run Reason to Doubt Skepticism channel, where we talk about skepticism and also Project 2025. Next week, Cheshire's going to talk about that.
Nice.
Yeah, it's going to be fun this next Wednesday.
I literally don't know what Project 2025 is, just by the way.
You probably don't want to.
Oh,
what do you?
Have you heard of fascism? Well, there you go.
Right.
That's it.
That's the thing.
Would
That's
that
the
be
show.
Fascism 2.0, 3.0, or 4.0 by now?
And I play Captain Hawk, the commander of the Lexington.
Okay. And look,
I let him be in command of my ship.
because I'm going to explain this once, and hopefully we'll never have to go over it again. Discord automatically mirrors my video. So in order for it to look right on my screen capture, I have to reverse it. But you guys see it unmirrored on your side, which is confusing as hell. But for it to look right for the audience, I have to point in the opposite direction for you. So
Okay,
I'm
noted.
sorry.
Your name is also mirrored for us.
Right, but it's
No,
not
his
mirrored
name
for
is
the audience.
Repad Lamir.
Okay.
But it's
That's
not
now that I
mirrored
know
for the
that.
audience. So
Now that I
now,
know that, I will correct for that.
I'm not pointing at Jordan.
Okay,
I
got it.
So now it's your turn.
Okay, got it. Yeah, I'm Zar. I play the security officer Alik Yeah, and that's about it.
Okay, and
All right. Wait, is that pointing down or up? Does that mirror too? Hey guys, I'm Zerlon. I'm playing the Chief Science Officer Hank Lanford. As always, happy to be here, guys. Make sure you get Dapper some watch hours. I promise you, I will bring you cats if you bring Dapper watch hours.
yeah, he's got excess cats, so
I have so many cats. There is one you guys haven't even seen yet.
Wow.
Do you need all those cats?
No.
Of course
but
you need all those
I have
cats.
4. I have 4.
The cats need him.
I did have 4 cats and a dog, but 2 of my cats passed. Wow.
All right.
Take
so,
one of his.
Yeah, there you go.
Give.
I'll give you Leroy.
I'm sure Intercontinental Cat Shipment has absolutely no red tape attached whatsoever.
Just put a bottle of liquor in with the package.
Yeah, there you
Yeah,
go.
it's fine. On top of the AK, you'll be absolutely fine.
Yeah. I'm sure Scottish Customs won't care at all.
You just put a note in there. You send it with a bottle. You put a note. One of these is a bribe, and then you send it, and one of them's bound to get there.
What if they take
In
the
Scotland,
cat?
you're fine. As long as you're not trying to import fake haggis and iron brew, you're good.
Oh no, can't have that.
Not the Iron Brew.
All right, so you guys, we are, of course, here to play some Star Trek Adventures, and I believe the log today is, in fact, the science officer's log. So, Lieutenant Lanford, why don't you take it away for us? There we go. Pronouns.
All
Adjectives. Or parts of speech.
Chief Science Officer Lanford, personal log. Stardate 5596.5. We've had a fair few missions so far on this exploration trip, but not so many new scientific discoveries. I'm very excited that Lexington has picked up a temporal anomaly on long-range scanners. We're currently on the way to investigate it. Medical supply runs and archaeology supply runs are important, but I'm here to discover the mysteries of the universe.
All right. So, you guys have been in warp for a little while, approaching this anomaly, and you come out of warp at near a binary system with one black hole and one M dwarf. If anyone doesn't know what those words mean, please speak now, so I don't have to explain it.
Wait. There's a M-class planet orbiting a black hole.
No, an M dwarf star.
M dwarf star. Right. Sorry, I thought you said an M-class planet. It cut out for me a second.
It's okay.
So the star is orbiting the black hole?
Well, I mean, they're
Like a
mutually
binary system.
orbiting their barycenter, but that barycenter is pretty darn close to the black hole.
Yeah, it would be, yeah.
So, yep, there's a black hole, there's an M dwarf, and there is on sensors chronoton and axion particles coming in, which sounds like something that someone should scan.
Oh, I'm scanning that.
All right. So this is going to be
someone.
a reason science
Maybe.
check with difficulty 0, which can be assisted by the ship's science and, well, sensors and science.
I got the ship.
By the end of this series, I'm hoping that the characters that I have played have died an equal number to the number of players in the game.
That's, I mean, that's possible, but it's not likely.
Chess, I'm
I
pretty sure
know that-
dying is not the aim of this game. Just
It's important to have goals, Dapper. Don't come down on me like that.
Fair. That's a good point. All right, so you have found out that there is not only a temporal anomaly just outside this system, but also you are getting some fuzzy readings that seem to indicate ships, but it's hard to differentiate them. Unless, of course, you were to do some kind of, I don't know, obtain information or...
Oh, we should probably obtain information on that.
Okay. And do you want to spend some momentum on that? Or since, you are in uniform and on camera, you do free stuff, and I think you have a trait that gets you 2 questions.
I have the trait that gets me 2 questions. Let's use the uniform one, and we'll save our current momentum since we've just started.
Okay. Well, the first obtain
so-
is an automatic, I give you some information, which is that the ships actually... Well, first there's 2 ship signals that you can detect, and they match signatures from the Tholian assembly.
Oh,
What is
right.
your second
And
question?
can I discern how long they've been here?
So there are no very obvious warp trails, but then again, the chronotons and axions might actually be masking a warp trail. So, as far as you know, they could have been here from the beginning of time, but that's really unlikely.
Captain, I'm picking up a couple ships. Looks like they've been here a while, but with the current readings, we can't be 100% sure of that. But we're definitely not alone here.
How far away are these ships?
So I don't have a real-world thing to tell you, but I can tell you that they are 2 zones away, so they are at long range.
Got it.
might I suggest
and-
going to yellow alert?
Who are the Tholian assembly? The player, don't have any idea who that is.
All right, so...
I don't know if my character would.
Does anyone here actually know who the Tholians are from player background knowledge?
I've been on the edge of space for a long time in medical spaces and met many species, so I'd probably be aware of the Tholians.
All right, well, tell you what, why don't... Captain Hawk, why don't you take a reason con check to see if you know who or what the Tholians are.
Or thing.
All right.
Wow, that's way better than I was entitled to get.
Hey, yeah, so you do know, in fact, who the Tholians are. The Tholians are relatively small in terms of how many star systems they control power, but they have reasonably advanced technology that's at least on par with that of the Federation, if not in some cases better in some areas. They are generally considered to be xenophobic, but not overly expansionistic or aggressive. They have occasionally had disputes because when they do bother to colonize someplace, they don't always announce it because they don't always care to let anyone else know, but they will defend that new territory if you stumble into it. They are silicon-based crystalline life forms that exist with They can't live on M-class worlds. On M-class planets, they would freeze to death. They, in fact, have to inhabit things like Y, or not Y, sorry, I don't remember which class it is, but it's the one that's really, really hot and has lots of volcanoes and whatnot, nonsense like that. So they exist at very high temperatures.
Does that look like Venus?
Yeah, basically. They'd be okay on Venus.
All right.
Also, I'm pretty sure that our universal translators don't work with Tholians.
They don't work well.
Okay. Knowing that they have in the past been aggressive, I will order us to yellow alert.
Yeah, it was Y
And I'll ask Mr. Lanford, are there any planets in this system that would be a suitable colonization target for the Tholians?
What do my scanners say?
They say no. This entire system is entirely composed of one M-class dwarf star and one stellar mass black hole. It's likely that when the star that used to be there instead of the black hole went what was likely a supernova, that it would have destroyed any planets that were around.
That's going to be a negative, Captain. There are no orbiting bodies here.
All right. Helm, take us closer to the ships. Lanford, keep your sensors trained on them. I want to know if they start moving or power their weapons.
Aye, sir. I'm going to keep the scanners full force on these ships.
All right, so you guys are now in deep space. You should be able to see deep space here where you are. If you can't. So you have moved out of the system into deep space. You know what, we'll just put you a little bit closer. Just so the audience can see.
Oh, okay, I see. I see the ship now.
Yeah. Alright. So, in attempting to get closer to the anomaly, we are actually going to reduce the momentum by we're starting a new scene. I would like... Who's piloting right now? New scene. Who's in the pilot's chair?
I have in the past, but if someone else wants, that's fine.
If you're not a good pilot, we do have a pilot side character.
We do.
Yeah,
Ensign Talk.
We should do
a
that.
character who probably doesn't have a bridge roll, or a player who probably doesn't have much of a bridge roll.
Yes.
So, Chech, would you like to take control of Ensign Talk, the Vulcan helmsman?
Give me the Vulcan.
You should have him in your journal already.
I spent my last milestone to buff Ensign Talk, so you're welcome.
There you go.
Oh, hell yeah.
And actually, now that he's back, we can actually do more buffing. So, would you like to give him an extra focus, a value, or would you like to increase an attribute, or would you like to increase a discipline?
We should probably give him a focus, right?
Well, he's currently got helm operations, shuttlecraft operations, and Calto.
Right.
Attributes are pretty hard to come by. I'd say an attribute or...
yeah, sure.
All right. Which one would you like to up?
Probably either control or daring. They're both the same. So let's go with control, because I've got good daring in case we need that.
All right. Sounds good. So in case anyone who's watching doesn't know, supporting characters are a great mechanic that I really like in this game, where you can bring in a non-main character, and they are quick to make, and they can be improved in subsequent appearances to make them more fully fleshed out characters. It's to simulate characters like Ensign Barkley or something like that. You know, they're in a fair few episodes. They're not main cast, but they do become better characters as time goes on. All right, so I'm going to need...
Sorry to interrupt. Does that use our crew support? Does it use a point of that? I don't remember.
It does use a point of crew support.
Okay.
And let's see, Ensign Talk, I would like you to take a difficulty 2 control and con check, assisted by the ship's engines and sign.
And I got a ship.
Con. Control and... There it is. Task roll 1, right?
Good ship.
Two.
Do I get a focus for helm operations?
Yes, you do.
Okay. Boom.
Should roll another die, because it's 2, not 1.
Yep.
Okay. So, alright, that is actually 2 momentum generated.
That's
because Shelby managed to roll 2 successes on his assist with the ship. So,
good job, Ship.
You guys are
You're welcome.
So, the course is hard to plot, but you are able to do it. And as you start getting closer, though, you start noticing more and more chronoton waves, as well as beams of axions, and they're getting more and more dangerous. In fact, now that you're closer to the temporal anomaly, you need to take a difficulty 4 daring and con check, assisted by the ship's engines and con, with a complication range of 3.
Do I change the ship's complication range as well?
Yes.
Daring.
So what is it we do?
con.
What's the ship doing?
Ship is doing engines and con.
Engines and con.
Can I use momentum, Captain?
Oh,
I
you
mean,
have to ask.
you don't have to ask my permission, technically, but I think you should
Good.
spend all of the momentum for this.
Yes.
All right, let's go.
Yeah.
Good.
Sounds like it.
Let's do it.
In fact,
That's
we
4,
have,
right?
how much momentum do we have?
2.
2.
So 1 gets you 1 die. We could get another die by giving Dapper a threat
Do it.
and spending the second momentum, which I think we should do.
So that'll put me at a task roll of 3 and a complication range of 3.
4. 2 normally, and we bought 2 die.
Right, 2 die. Okay, yeah, I'm down for that.
All right. Let's see what you get.
Oofed.
2, 2.
But
Okay.
one
bad,
complication.
bad
That is
crit.
enough. It's a
Bad crit.
4. But
Yeah, so we did succeed.
complication
So
is
you did
bad, but
succeed.
it's still-
However, there is also a complication. The complication is that I am going to pull up whichever frickin' page this is, and we are. There's going to be a breach.
Ah!
Mhm.
All
Leave
right.
my bloody ship alone.
So let's
Uh-oh.
see.
Uh-oh.
The sensors are now breached,
Whoops.
and with one breach, they are. Let's see. Disabled. So let's see.
What's the page for breaches?
227 is where the rules really start.
Got it.
So let's see. Whenever the sensors suffer one or more breaches, it disrupts those functions temporarily. Until sensor operations officer performs a restore minor action, no task can be attempted which will use or be assisted by the ship sensors. Further, until that minor action is performed, all actions made by the ship increases in difficulty by 1. So, you could, in fact, try to fix this, but as of now, you do have one breach in the sensors, and subsequent breaches to sensors can't simply be fixed by hitting restore sensors. So,
Okay, well, I'm going to instantly try and fix the sensors, as you know, I'm an engineer.
right. All right. So,
You need a shirt that says "I am an engineer."
yeah, you kind of do. All right. I need to double check on the rules for restore. So give me 1 second, because I am also, kind of learning this as we go. And of course they don't.
No,
Let's
I
see.
don't-
Just minor actions are on page 220. Restore doesn't
Yeah, but I think
give-
that is only for minor
Alright.
damage. Though I think with one
In that
breach,
case-
the sensors shouldn't be damaged.
In that case,
They
it's not
just-
even a task. They can just come back for now, but they're still breached until you have time to actually, do things like
Yeah.
repair for reals. Okay, so
Got it.
well done there.
Well, can I attempt to
Nice.
repair them for reals?
I mean, while you're currently approaching an enemy ship, I suppose you could try.
Well, I feel like having sensors at full,
They are currently working at
functionality-
full functionality.
Okay, all right, okay. As long as the captain doesn't want
They
me
just
to
can't-
do,
No, we don't want to devote repair crews if we're about to get into combat, potentially.
Yeah.
Roger.
We might have more serious things on our hands.
Yeah, just have dudes on the outside of the ship and then they're being fired on.
All right. So, one thing that does happen is that the one of the Tholian ships does approach. There is, in fact, ale.
Open the channel.
Federation ship. This is Captain Sortel, Tholian Assembly.
This is Captain Hawk of the Federation.
Captain Hawk of Federation. Withdraw immediately.
Captain Sortel, this is not Tholian territory. We're here on an exploration mission, probably the same as you.
You may explore when we are gone.
How long are you planning on staying?
Currently unknown.
Well, I'm afraid staying away for an unknown period of time is not an acceptable solution, but perhaps we can help each other with this exploration.
How?
Well, our sensors and yours can work together. I'm sure that we have advantages you don't, and vice versa.
This is
What
unnecessary.
is it you're here trying? What is it you're trying to discover from this anomaly?
We do not need your assistance. Please withdraw.
No. We're
Fuck you, basically.
What if we don't, though?
Have you got a Uno reverse card there, Captain?
Oh, just give them an amount of time that we'll back off and let them, and then we'll be like, okay, we'll give you like 24 hours.
That's a good idea, Doctor. Sorry, Ensign.
That was totally the doctor, just like, hey,
yeah.
what are you doing?
I can't give you an unlimited amount of time, but I can give you a smaller unit of time to conduct whatever business you want before we get involved. How about an hour?
You will withdraw.
Well, I tried. No, we're not going to withdraw. We'll stay on the other side of the anomaly. How about that?
The area is dangerous. You may be destroyed.
Ah, okay. Now we're getting somewhere.
Captain, you tell him my ship's fine. It's not going to be destroyed. It's the best ship in the fleet.
Thank you, Commander Shelby. I appreciate your concern, Captain. We understand the dangers. Can you share with us what the specific dangers are so we can better protect our ship?
Perhaps you require a bribe.
Well, that
3 cases
that
of Stolian
escalated
silk.
You may not be aware that the Federation has moved beyond material concerns, but I do appreciate the gesture.
It was not a gesture, it was a bribe.
Right, okay.
No, thank you.
I do not require a bribe. What I require is the opportunity to study this scientific discovery along with you. Or separate from you. We don't have to work together if you don't want to.
That is currently impossible. Please withdraw.
Just give them an hour.
Say we're back in
Well,
an
I
hour,
offered
Captain.
an hour, and they said no.
Well, they didn't say no. They just said you will withdraw, and you can just say, yeah, we will. For an hour, we'll be back.
If we are still here in 1 hour, you will be required to withdraw again. If you return.
Okay.
By the way, this ship is considerably smaller than yours.
Yeah. Well, I'm
like
not
that
leaving.
dumpster.
I'm not being pushed around by this little vessel. I'm trying to be diplomatic, though.
See, the captain and we understand each other.
Yeah.
Would it be possible, since the anomaly borders right up with the nebula, would it be possible to put our ship in the nebula and still get our readings without being detected by this other ship?
You're not sure. You haven't scanned the nebula. You don't know what that deal is.
Oh, I'm scanning the nebula.
All right, give me a difficulty 0 reason and science check, assisted by the ship's science or sensors and science.
Sensors and science.
Let's see what we get here.
Oh,
All right.
stupid ship.
Well, no, because
Hey,
that doesn't
Shelby.
matter. First of all, you got to reset the complication range back to 1.
Oh,
because,
yeah, my bad.
And also, only the first roll is the one that we're counting. So that's still 2 momentum. All right, so here is the deal that you know so far. This is the Asclepius Nebula. It is on star charts, but it has not been directly explored in person by Starfleet personnel. It, in fact, has a sensor dampening effect, which means that any tasks that involve sensors or target locks or anything like that, into or out of or across the anomaly, have an increased difficulty of 1.
Oh,
so while
but
it is
our
easy
advanced sensor suites reduced that by 1. So
yes, and then it's now increased by 1, so now it's wash basically.
yeah.
So, so you
Hey,
would be
Shelby.
able to scan, but at slightly increased difficulty, which again is, somewhat counteracted by your advanced
ship
sensors.
just, like, can we just
Commander
bump
Shelby
these
here,
guys?
Ensign Talk.
Can we just bump these guys?
Our shield could take a little
I mean,
nudge, but that's up to
I don't
the
think
captain.
we should commit to ramming speed just yet.
What about gentle nudging speed?
It's the most violent Starfleet crew ever.
All right, I'm gonna
Just
need
fire.
I will.
Helmsman. It is time for another Difficulty 3, daring and con check with a complication range this time of 2.
2.
This is also assisted by the ship's engines and con.
Complication range 2, task roll 2, focus on yes. Correct? You said
you should probably spend a momentum just to buy that third die.
Ignore the ship's roll.
Nope.
Control con.
That's
did you
not
say,
what's
or daring
happening.
con?
Just ignore it.
Control
Yeah, control
and
con.
con? Okay.
No, daring and con. If I said
Daring
control,
con, sorry.
Daring
my
con.
bad.
Okay.
Yep.
Momentum spent. Two crits and a complication. Or two
All right.
successes and a
Well, so
complication.
that is 2 complications and a failure, which means the Lexington is going to be suffering 3 breaches.
Oh, good lord.
Man, the aliens weren't kidding.
Yeah. The aliens actually managed to get by unharmed, but very much shaken. You see their power flicker a bit. So let's see. The engines are taking a breach, as are the structure of the ship is taking a breach, which means your damage reduction is now being reduced. And let's see. Oh, you're taking 2 breaches to the structure. That's bad.
Okay,
Maybe our navigator should
All right,
chart the hazards in this region.
When we get rocked again, the Enterprise rock, I'm going to say, you know what? I have changed my mind. I think withdrawing is a fine idea until we understand these particles better. Helm, take us further. Take us away.
Can I attempt to fix the structural damage?
Well,
yes.
I'm going to have the helm take us to a safe distance so we can initiate repairs and try again fresh.
All right, so
I roll for that.
let's read this. What is the scale of the ship? I believe it's 5.
And there should be 3.
Scale is 4.
Scale is so that is half. So if the total number of breaches to the structure system has suffered is equal to or greater than half the scale of the ship, which is true now, and the system has been significantly damaged, the vessel suffers fires and/or minor hull breaches somewhere on the ship, forcing the area to be evacuated and sealed off. This makes it more problematic for parts of the ship in need of repair, increasing the complication range of all engineering tasks to repair systems by 2. This also reduces the ship's resistance by 1, and the difficulty to repair this is 3.
We're getting rocked. I guess Dr. Shrigan does get to make an appearance of doing emergencies. Fucking.
Right, okay, so I need to try and repair the structural integrity, right?
Well, first we need the helm to get us out of danger back into the system.
All right,
So we don't continue to get rocked while we're trying to make repairs.
All right,
What am I rolling?
This is going to be daring and con, and it's going to be difficulty 1 with the same complication range.
What's the ship doing?
That is also engines and con.
True and another fucking crit.
Oh my god, can you stop with the complications?
Well, you didn't get a complication. You just got a 0.
Didn't Trigan roll a complication?
No,
I
you
did.
Yeah, she
didn't
did.
change
well, she
your...
did. I thought you meant you. Sorry.
No.
Yeah, no, he's yelling at me.
Yeah. Doctor,
All
get off
right.
the bloody buttons!
So
Why the doctor control the ship? What the hell
there is
going
another
on?
structural breach.
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
work.
guys managed to move. So where are you moving to now that you're moving away?
Back into the system the way we came before we started taking damage.
Okay. I am going to.
So what do you
let's
get
see.
for letting the woman drive?
I'm spending
No,
4 threats
you're.
to bring in
Is
out of warp 2 more spinner ship.
Ensign Talk now woman? I don't think we'd established their gender before.
That's true.
No, I don't think so.
You haven't.
Well, they are
Ensign-
now.
Ensign
They are now
Talk-
female.
Well, Ensign Talk doesn't have a very female-sounding Vulcan name.
Yeah.
Are you
What are you,
assuming
the,
their
the
gender?
Vulcan name police?
Yeah, I am actually.
Look, this Vulcan's a bit mad because they've been mocked their whole life for having a male-sounding name. Okay, so Ensign Talk is a little bit of a testy Vulcan.
Yes, Borg Emporia has brought up a good question that I should have addressed way earlier, which is the directives for tonight are investigate the temporal anomaly and preserve the timeline.
Okay, cool. Preserving timeline is a good thing. I like the timeline. I keep my stuff there.
Thanks. I keep my stuff there too.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't. I think that's silly. I
And-
don't think you should keep your stuff there at all.
Okay, so two
Can
more
I or
Escalation
someone else
ships.
send in a task to chart the hazard? Because I think that would be useful in the future.
Say that again. I think I missed the first part of it.
Can I or someone else use a task to chart the hazard?
You could launch a
Yeah,
probe.
We
Yeah,
also
I think-
could launch a probe.
It costs
I
one
think
energy.
priority right now would be
Those are two
repairing the
different
ship as
things,
we're now
but-
safe.
Yeah,
Well, those are things
we
that can both
launch
happen.
the probe and initiate repairs.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, so I want to try and initiate the repairs of the structural integrity. So tell me what to do because there's apparently a lot of crap going on.
All right. So let's see. This is going to be a difficulty 3 control engineering task, which can be assisted by the ship's engines and engineering. And
What's
the
the
complication
complication
range
range?
is going to be 3
Right.
because you have a
I
lot of
got the
damage.
ship. Ship didn't help.
Okay.
Oh, it did
Yeah.
not.
All right. So,
have two
how many momentum? Do we have any momentum?
2.
Right. Can I use them and then buy a threat to get it up to 4 die, please?
Absolutely. All right, that is a success and no complications. All right, so the structure is now currently. It is good enough. You are not like a dry dock that you can like bolt on whole new hull plating and whatnot, but breaches are sealed. There's no current ongoing fires or electrical safety hazards that are just like out in the open. The ship is now able to be used, at least for the rest of the episode, as if it hadn't been breached, but you will eventually have to pull back into some kind of space station.
Damn,
or
it's
something.
almost like we have a really good engineer or something.
Yeah, a little bit.
Mechanically, are the breaches gone or are they still there?
So, from a game mechanic standpoint, you don't have to worry about them anymore. From
Look,
an
I've put enough duct
in-universe,
tape on them, Captain. We're
Yeah.
cool, okay?
basically. Look, it's like a shoring party, right? You gotta go shore up various parts of the ship by putting up big wooden planks against pieces of metal. That
Although wooden planks is not what we're using in space, just to be clear, it is duct tape because that's been suitable on the ISS.
Well, I was trained on wooden planks over in the Navy. I don't know about all this duct tape fanciness.
Yeah, you don't take surface ships into space for a very good reason.
I mean, lots of anime has told me that that's probably not true.
Yes, those are. Yeah, okay, anime, never mind.
I don't know. I heard something
Okay.
recently about a manhole cover.
It might have gone into space, yeah.
Apparently, the first thing ever sent into orbit, but it probably disintegrated rather than went into
Yeah.
orbit.
But little tiny particles of iron probably
Yeah,
went into
possibly.
orbit as a result. Maybe.
Yeah.
Alright, so
All
now
right, so how's
have-
this probe doing?
Alright, so the probe is going to be a task that we can. So launching it is going to be a difficulty 0.
Doesn't do
Um,
anything. I think it's not even a task.
Oh, is it not? I was.
It
I
says
should have said nothing
it
because I was
doesn't
going to give
require
you.
a task.
This
Okay,
task
fine.
does not require roll, has no difficulty. We could have gotten free momentum.
Yeah,
Way to
but
go, Commander.
Someone had to speak up.
Me.
All right. So the probe is able to approach the anomaly. If anyone would like to use it, it is going to be a science and reason check, but the complication range is 2, and complications will mean that the probe is destroyed by the chronoton waves.
What did you say? Sorry, science and reason. Well, my total
That's-
for that.
That should
is-
probably be Lanford.
Yeah.
That's going to be mine. I got 17
And
total.
the ship can't
Oh, cool,
assist
yeah,
because
better,
it's
16.
all the probe.
Right.
Hey, feel free to call on Tregan if you want. Science
Well,
reason.
so the probe should determine the range for our scan, is what it says, and then we can do a sensor sweep action.
I'm still not letting it be assisted by the ship right now because there's too much nonsense going on out there.
All right, fair enough.
All right, but that is a success. All right, so what do you want to know about the anomaly?
What the feck is it?
What I want to know is the nature of these particles that are destroying my ship and how we can shield from them.
Okay, so the ship, the anomaly is emitting axions and chronotons in extreme levels, and past it is in fact the original other Tholian ship signal that you got. The ship seems to be on the other side of the temporal anomaly from some other time, It's hard to say exactly when.
Right, so this could be a future or a past Tholian ship.
Based on your readings of its size and power output, it's probably not a past Tholian ship.
Right. Okay, so the Tholians have managed to access one of their ships from the future. That's not good.
Or have they managed to access their ships from the past, and you're just in the past?
Good point.
I mean, that's just a reference frame thing, right?
Yes.
Well, that would have a lot of implications on whether these Tholians are responsible for this particular rift.
Or maybe these Tholians also picked up the same signal that we have.
Okay. Do we, from the scan, can we, Mr. Lanford, can you figure out a way to keep our ship from being ripped apart if we approach?
It's definitely something we should put some research into. I want to start running through and see if there's a pattern to the particles it's emitting. See if maybe we know the nebula is going to affect sensors. See if maybe that could affect the particles as well. See if there's a safe way to approach this.
It might be directional.
Here's what I will let you do. I will let you use your better scans, now that you have them, to create an advantage if you either spend 2 momentum or give 2 threat to create an advantage. And this will be how you can do it, is by using the scans. That will, in fact, reduce the difficulty of any checks to avoid any of those chronoton quakes or anything by 1.
I think we should do it.
Yeah, we don't have any momentum, I don't think, so it's all threat, baby. Okay. This has never gone bad for us in the past.
No, it's not like we almost nearly all died or anything, you know?
Well, I wasn't there that time, so that's fine.
So we can scan again by giving threat and see what we can figure out on this.
At this point, you can just now use those. You've created an advantage called, detailed scans of the temporal anomaly, and now that is going to help you in any future, attempts to get through. But you are still currently being blocked by a bunch of Tholians, and there's also Tholians from the future. And remember, one of your directives is to preserve the timeline, which seems to be currently under some pretty serious threat.
Okay.
I still would like to maybe for Ensign Talk and me to chart hazard as a task, because I think we can use everything. The question is, can we do that together if we stick our heads together with a navigational display or something?
Yeah, I'll let one of you assist, and the other one be primary.
Okay. I'm not so good at reason, so I only have a 12 at this.
Well,
I don't know how good Chesh.
Rather than that, can I use my command to direct them to do that, and then assist them with my command skill?
You can not only, instead of doing that, you could also just do that. Those aren't mutually exclusive.
Yeah.
All right.
So what I would add in that is that one of my talents is testing a theory. As long as I'm doing a science or engineering role that I've previously had a success on in the same adventure, I can roll an additional die.
Ooh, that's really good.
Okay, so if I'm assisting with command, what stat do you want me to roll?
A presence and command.
All right, and because of my advisor talent, when I assist another character using my command, they can re-roll 1d20.
Very nice. All right, well, give me a difficulty 0 check.
Jacked right now.
Is it any complication?
Complication
other
range
than
1.
Normal 1. All right. All right, there's your success.
There you go. All right, so take a. So you're specifically scanning for hazards.
It is the chart hazard task. It's under navigation. It is a reason plus con task assisted by the ship's sensors and con with a difficulty of 3.
Okay.
If successful, nominate a single hazard or dangerous phenomenon nearby. Difficulty of any task to avoid that hazard is reduced by 2.
All right. Well, you can definitely do that with the temporal anomaly.
All right, so now the difficulty should be reduced by 3.
Oh, yeah, which would normally be a difficulty of 0.
Well, we haven't done that yet.
Well, yeah, you got to actually roll it.
The question is, how good is Anson Talk at reason and con?
Reason is 9.
That's not
Con
bad.
is 4.
That's
So
pretty good.
not
Then
bad.
you're still
Yeah.
better than I am,
Yeah.
so you should roll the main roll, and I'll roll.
And you've
the,
got a reroll, so.
Yeah, that'll be fine. It's fine. It'll be good.
Well, roll it.
All right, is this
So Talk's doing it. Commander Chanos is like there, and the captain's literally standing over his shoulder.
Like,
Oh, great.
I'm
doing a good job. Doing a good job, guys.
That helm operation does not help with charting stuff.
It's navigation, but he can switch if he's better at it.
Well, someone needs to take the roll. Let's go.
What is it?
Yeah. Talk is better than I am.
Talk.
You
Take
should
that
do it.
roll.
This is your type.
I'm taking this roll, but I don't have a focus, right? That's what's
No,
happening.
you don't have a focus.
And it's got a complication range of 0, right?
1.
It's always
Which
one
is
unless Staples has
And I'm
something.
task rolling this still at a 2, or is this at a
Yep.
higher?
2, just like
yeah,
normal.
2.
Still a 2. Okay.
Why don't you
Well,
reroll
you
one of those
failed.
failures?
Yeah, you failed. You should definitely reroll.
You
one
can
of them.
re-roll a die, yeah.
Yeah, if
You
you.
really
Because of
should
my
do that.
advice.
There you go.
Huzzah!
All right.
Oh, we have 3? 3 is enough.
You have 4 actually.
4.
We have 4 actually. Yes, right, from Jordan.
Mhm,
Yes,
which means
nice.
you got a point of momentum. So now tasks to avoid the Chronoton quakes are now reduced
I'm
to
invincible.
0 for you. Not for the Tholians though, so they might be in trouble.
Okay,
Uh-oh.
so
They should have asked for our
quick
help.
AAR, folks. I'm going to launch probes and sensor scan hazards before we fly into them next time. We're all learning together.
Yes.
All right, so
Okay.
what's the plan?
Commander Shelby, is the ship sufficiently repaired to brave this hazard once again?
Well, can I do a check of the ship?
Yeah, it's not even a task though. You could just run a quick diagnostic, and the ship is now currently sturdy enough to continue on.
Is there any way that I can increase it from sturdy enough to actually functioning properly?
You already did that.
It is functioning properly. It
think
could
we
still
need a
use
dry
few
dock for
touch-ups, but yeah, like you've done what you can in the course of not having access to like actual real Starbase
Okay.
repair facilities.
Captain,
Alright.
the ship is as repaired as I can make it without you giving me access to a space station.
Understood. What's the name of the station that does the communications? What's the name of that? I should know that name.
I'm not sure. I'm following
Whatever.
what the question is.
Open a
Comms.
channel to the Tholians. Comms. Open a channel.
Oh, you meant on the bridge? Yeah, no, that's comms. Who's at
Yeah.
comms? Is anyone at comms, or is it just going to be some random ass NPC?
Well, I think
think-
science officer is also at Conjuge, you know, isn't he?
Can be.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually in TOS, science officers are the opposite side of comms, unless they want to put Spock like just in for some reason, and then he's shoved comms out of the way and is over there.
Okay.
All right, Lieutenant Lanford, open a channel, please.
I will open a channel for the captain.
All right. Go ahead.
Captain Sortel, we have conducted detailed scans of the temporal anomaly, and we have some information that might help you better survive this hazard that we would be happy to share in the spirit of cooperation.
You may transmit the data.
If we transmit the data, will you allow us to approach the anomaly?
No, transmit the data.
This data is a bribe to allow us to approach the anomaly.
Understood. Your bribe is rejected.
Well done.
Just tell him we're going to approach it.
Okay, we're approaching the anomaly now. The bribe's still on the table later if you want it.
You may not approach the anomaly.
Lieutenant Lanford, please scan their ships and tell me how much of a risk we're taking by confronting them.
Hi, Captain. I'm going to do full scans on the Tholian ships.
Okay. So I believe there is actually also an action for that, isn't there?
Sensor sweep, probably.
Yeah, so probably a sensor speed.
Let me look. A navigator, sensor operations. It could be a sensor sweep or it could be a scan for weakness.
Scan for
But
weakness
scan
is probably it. Yeah.
That would be control science assisted with the ship's sensors and security.
There you go.
Alright, sensors and...
Though we should do that. It's more difficult if we do it from this range. So if we move and then do it, then it'd be easier.
Okay.
So Don't we have a probe there?
Well, no, your probe is
No,
over at the temporal anomaly.
It's the same distance than we are.
Yeah, from the probe,
right,
yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't matter.
All right.
Right,
Helm, take us.
I've got a talent of analytical recall, so if I do the scan, I can ask the game master for more information regarding data that I have recorded, as if I've spent momentum to obtain information. So maybe I should do the scan,
If you want.
and then you have to give me extra info.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
I just tried to drag the ship token on YouTube. That's not going to work.
Yeah. No. roll a 20 or nothing.
Okay, so if I'm going to do the scan, what would I need to?
It's the same deal.
It is a control and science, but we should move into their zone to reduce the difficulty.
All right, so I will let you move into their zone. That is doesn't cost a power or anything.
Don't let me into my zone. Don't let me into my zone.
I'll roll. What was it? Control and science? Did you say?
Yes, and the ship will assist with sensors and security. Sensors and security. I didn't change the complication range, so that's not actually a complication, but it didn't work.
Yeah, I didn't change the complication range either.
All right, yeah, then that won't. And it's difficulty 1, is it?
It is difficulty 1, yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have found out that they do not have any torpedo launchers, phasers, or disruptors.
And what extra information can you give me because of my analytical recall?
What would you like to know?
Captain, what should I ask?
What do they have?
What? Yeah. Do they?
Yeah.
They have shields, defensive capabilities.
What are their defensive and offensive capabilities? That's
So
what I
they
wanna
do have shields. Let me double check the amounts by opening up a window. Heck is it? Here it is. All right, so they have 3 points of shields, and they have their scale 2, which means that if you can get good shots off on them, they're actually pretty easy to destroy.
All right.
Okay. All right,
Cool.
Captain. According to my detailed scans, they're no match for us.
Understood. Well, hopefully they won't need to find that out.
But they do all turn towards you, and it is in fact now the first round of a ship combat. Captain, you're up first.
Dun-dun-dun. Boss music, please.
They are taking an aggressive posture, but they haven't done anything. What are you going to do?
Red alert. I will hail them again and say, Tholian ships, stand down. We don't want combat. But if you stand in our way, then I'm afraid we're going to have to move you.
Move, bitch. Get out the
All
way.
right. So that will actually end up being at least in part, a direct task directed at the comms officer, who is apparently just no one. But that's okay. There's someone there. And there is no response. And now, the Tholians reveal what they do have that does not show up as a weapon, because it's technically not a weapon. They have web spinners.
Yeah.
As long as 2 ships that have the web spinner talent are active and at close range, which is 3, they can use the special ability. While this talent is being used, the Tholian vessels are unable to make normal weapons attacks. An engines plus con task with a difficulty of 1 is attempted, based on the lowest stats of the ships involved. Okay. For every success, the ship that is being ensnared in the web loses 1 power. All weapons fire at targets outside of the web, including the ships making it, have their difficulty increased by 1. No weapons fire from inside the web is possible if a ship is brought to 1 power or less. So, let's see if...
Are they Caterpie string-shotting us right now?
Yeah. They start to
Kind of.
weave a web of energy lines around you, and your energy is now drained by 1.
Great.
To wicked weave they web.
Where's our energy stat?
Should be at 8 now.
Right, so...
Okay.
Power is at 8.
Well, who is manning the weapon station?
Who do you
Croc?
think?
All right.
Stupid bird!
Not mechanically, since I already took my turn, but Hawk will sigh and say, all right, fair enough. Croc, phasers.
All right, I will do that.
Okay, which one are you targeting? The one.
I'll ping this one.
Right.
Because we previously did a scan for weakness, before for this round only, our weapons gain piercing 2.
Yep. However, because they're not at optimal range, the difficulty is also increased by 1 for a total of difficulty 3.
Oh yeah, the phasers are medium range.
Yep.
I think the photon torpedoes would be optimal range, but I don't want to blow these guys to death.
They're long-range weapons. You don't have any close range.
You don't have short-range weapons, actually.
Knife fight it is.
Yep. So, difficulty 3, control and security check.
Difficulty 3... Control and security. Okay. I have a focus for shipboard weapon systems.
That'll count.
So, okay, and I have a talent for precision targeting. So I want to target their engines.
Okay.
To prevent them from moving. If I can.
What is
what that does? When a character makes
Zoomy Tomato suggests that you cast Fireball.
It's a good idea. It's especially
I'm trying
at
here.
close range.
Alright, so just read the talent. Like literally just read the text.
When you make an attack that targets a specific system with the shipboard weapons, you may re-roll 1d20 and you gain 1 piercing damage effect.
Okay. It is also going to be more difficult to attack a particular system, so your difficulty is going to go up to 4.
Okay, while this is going on, I want to coordinate with the science officer and perform a scan using sensors and engineering.
Since we're in combat, Craig, since we're in combat, you have to wait.
Do that, right?
Yep, till it's turn. Yep.
So how much momentum we got right now? Any?
1.
I will spend it and buy 2 threat.
Okay.
To shoot them.
All right, here we go. Difficulty 4.
All right. Task roll. I can re-roll 1d20.
Ship rolls weapons and security, right? Or
yep. Weapons and security for the ship. All right, so that's 4. You could still re-roll.
Oh, okay.
And then you might as well.
Yeah, I'll re-roll 1 because at least one of them is a 0, so I'll re-roll it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got an 18 on it.
So yeah,
Didn't
it doesn't
help.
What? Nothing. All right. So let's see. Roll your damage on phasers.
All right. So that's on the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Where is it?
Under weapons, right side.
On the right
phaser
side,
banks.
phaser banks.
I don't see that.
Well, someone else roll it then. There we go. All right. So
Thank you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which
with pierce 2.
Well, it's pierce 1,
Guessing.
but every single one of those is piercing, so like it's definitely not worried about.
Got it.
Yeah, they're not getting any resistance. So let's see. That causes 1 breach. And so for NPC ships, we simplify the breach system, and basically when they suffer a number of breaches equal to their scale, they're just out of the fight. So the ship is now half out of the fight as a result of that. All right, and also that reduces your power 1 more, so you're now down to 7.
Okay.
The next Tholian ship will also attempt an engines and con task, assisted by the ship, and... Oh, sorry. Assisted by the ship's engine and con. It's actually a... yeah. Here we go. Okay. The ship is now drained by an additional point of power.
Oh dear.
And it is someone else's turn.
All right. I want the Tholian webs emit a specific energy frequency which we can scan and isolate. So, if I do sensors and engineering, I might be able to jam the frequency.
So this is going to be another scan for weaknesses task. So, Jordan, you remember which page that was on? Because I don't offhand.
Yeah, scan for weaknesses is on page 222, 223.
223. Okay. Yeah. So sorry, everybody. This is like my first time in a very, very long time, and my second time ever actually running a ship combat in this system, so we're all learning. Scan for
It's
weaknesses. Yep, it's going to be a control and science task with a difficulty of 1, assisted by the ship's sensors and security. And right now we're playing it loose with who's at what ship station. Next time we do this, we're going to be more defined with this. We're going to bring in more complication next time. I'm just trying to slim it down a little bit.
Figuring it out right now, but I would like to point out that I am offended. How dare you accuse me of learning?
Fair point.
Right, who's doing the ship?
What was the ship again? Sensors and
Sensors and security.
security done.
Okay, so you guys can gain a point of momentum, and also, you have found that there is no particular frequency that will shut down the Tholian web.
Okay.
You're not even entirely sure what it's made of. You just know it's draining your power.
Damn.
The helm would, since this isn't technically a weapon, would evasive action still work?
Nope.
Okay. Then in that case, I would suggest that we use the helm to maneuver us back into the system to get us at medium range, in which case our weapons will be more effective and theirs won't be.
Okay, well, on their next turn, another one of the ships is going to try to drain you. And... Ooh. I rolled a 1. That means I get a point of... or a threat.
You've got enough,
Bug
right? You don't need
Pokemon are
anymore.
the worst.
You're just
I
being,
don't. I don't
greedy at
need.
this point.
No, I don't need any more. In fact, I'm going to spend 2 threats to hit you guys with a Chronoton wave, which is difficulty 0, but complication range 3. So, helmsman, give me a daring and con roll assisted by the ship's engines and con.
Engines and con.
Yeah, Chesh, that's
Complication 3.
you. Complication 3, but difficulty 0. Alright, that's 1 success. Let's hope the ship doesn't roll a complication.
I rolled for the ship.
Oh, did you? Oh, okay.
That's not a.
Didn't help.
Well, it didn't hurt either.
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, yeah,
Helm
it is...
should be instant talk.
Yeah,
Yes.
did Talk not roll?
Oh, wait, talk. Chash, are you there? I can't hear you.
Yeah,
You're
I'm
muted.
There.
I'm
Why-
here.
where's your roll?
I'm here. What?
Where's your roll?
You're the helmsman.
You are the helmsman.
Oh.
Yeah, can you focus? you
Helmsman's
just fall asleep at the wheel.
got her Star Trek, sell your phone out, playing, Candy
Roland
Crush.
told me I was getting thrown out of an airlock in the chat.
Well,
All
take
right,
your
all right.
roll. Come on.
All right.
Engine.
Is this still reason, or
It's
am I in control now?
Daring
It's
and
daring
and con.
and con.
Oh, okay, it's still daring. Okay.
The helmsman was texting while this combat was happening.
I was not.
What? I thought we agreed no phones
All
on the
right,
bridge.
so that's 1 success.
It is a
And 1
success,
complication.
and it's also a structure breach.
Oh dear.
So, yeah, you have another structure breach, which is only 1, so it's okay. It's not too big of a deal. All right, whose turn is it
I
next?
think I have rolled a complication every roll except for the very first one.
Whose turn is it now?
Are we trying to get away? Are we
No,
trying to,
we're
like-
trying. No, we're gonna fight this out, but our weapons are medium and theirs are close. So the helmsman should probably move us back into the system to force them to come after us.
Yeah. So, Captain, the longer we stay in the web that they've got, they're just going to drain more and more of our power.
Okay,
and
so-
we're going to run out of things that we're able to do. So we need to get away from them.
So, whose turn is it?
It's the helmsman's turn.
Okay. What's your plan there,
Yay.
Chesh?
Yeah, fucking. Can we push through them to the because they're stuck, right? They're
You can-
they're in a
So, as a
they're in
minor action,
formation, is
as a
what I'm
minor
looking
action,
for, yeah.
you can move to an adjacent zone.
Get this thing out of my way. Okay, I want to get us
Yep.
outside of their formation. I think that's my goal.
Okay.
So we don't want to go into the net, or do
Well,
we want to go into the nebula?
move.
Nebula.
If we move back into the system, we'll be at medium range. They'll have to move. They'll have to approach us in order to put us back in range.
Yeah, I think we just get out of their web here.
we could also, if we did if you took a maneuver action, which is like a whole action, you could put us in the M dwarf zone. They would have to do the same to get close enough. Basically, we'd be forcing them to use their turn to get close, and then we could shoot them.
Then we have our ship. I think
our engines are way stronger than those. If we went near the black hole, we'd be able to deal with its gravity well better than them.
Maybe.
The M dwarf zone would be impulse. That would cost us 1 energy.
Mm-hmm.
I think
But you can just use the
all right, but ultimately it's up to
action
Chess.
to move
Chess,
us
what do you
into
want to
the
do?
binary system.
Technically, you can do whatever you want. You're at the helm. You have control.
I think going to the M dwarf is probably our best bet to set them up for
Alright.
firing, and I'm kind of thinking that they might actually not chase us.
So that's going to be impulse.
Yep.
All right, so that'll drain 1 more power. All right. One of the ships moves.
That's control plus con task.
Whose turn is it next? Oh yeah, you roll the control
think we
plus
can-
con. Sorry.
Shouldn't Tesh roll for that?
Yeah, she should. Sorry, I'm forgetting things.
Yeah.
Well,
And it's still a complication 1, right, on this?
Yeah, complication
the-
1.
yeah.
Control plus
Difficulty
con
0.
task, difficulty 0, and it's always 1 unless Depper says something.
And I get my focus for helm, right?
Yes.
And engines and con from the ship.
Okay, so you guys gain a point of momentum, and you are successful to run away.
Yay.
All right, one of the ships.
We're not.
Wait,
It's
wait.
a tactical repositioning, not running away.
Sure. All right. Now we have
It's
Lanford
Called
and
advancing backward.
Lanford and Shanos haven't gone. So who's going next?
I would use my action to maybe gain some power back. So if you want to do something else beforehand, that might make sense.
Well,
I don't know what
We've
you
got.
want to. Or
So
would
if
want
you take power management task, it would give us 1 point of power plus
Yes.
more if we spent momentum.
Yes.
well, do that then.
Okay, then I will do that just right now. And we have
Daring
power
or
management,
control plus
plus engineering. It's difficulty 2. Okay. Control plus engineering. That doesn't help me. Okay.
Is the ship helping?
No.
That is 2 already. The ship can help with... no, the ship doesn't help.
Right.
So you can
One of those
restore
where the ship
1
doesn't.
point of energy, or you can restore more if you'd like to spend momentum. You have 3 momentum to spend.
I'd give us more
Yeah,
because we're just going to keep getting
I think
drained.
we are down to 5 now. So
So this would put you up to 6. How much? How much more?
I,
would you
in
like?
theory, I could also spend 2 of my personal momentum, I think, for that.
Well, that's only for obtain information.
Well, it's an immediate.
No, it's for
it's an immediate spend.
momentum, and
Yeah.
that is
yeah.
an immediate. Would be an
Definitely do
immediate
that
spend.
then.
You only have 1 free one because
Then
you're
I
not
will do that, then we
technically
can
in
free-
uniform. You're in a different uniform.
Technically, okay, I will spend my 1 momentum.
Okay, so you guys can increase your power by 2. So now
Why
you're
don't
up
we
to
spend one
7.
of our? We should spend one of our pool. That'll still leave us with 2, but
Alright.
power is going to be critical, I think.
Well, it's up to
So it's
technically
We
it's
will
up to Shanos.
definitely lose some more, yes.
All right, we'll spend 1 then. All right, so
So
now
we
you're up
can
to
also do it again.
Okay.
Okay, so now you're up to 8. Another of the ships will approach. All right, Lanford, it's your turn.
All right. Lanford's whole deal is that he tries to look for the calm solution in a panic situation. So he's sitting at the scanners right now. I want to know as much as I can about their webs and the anomaly, how they're interacting.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of things going on right now, and I'm betting there's something we can do to use this anomaly to our advantage.
So you want to do a sensor sweep?
I want to do a sensor sweep.
Okay. So sensor sweep.
222.
Yeah, 220. Is it? Okay. Sensor sweep. It's a reason and science task. A difficulty 0, assisted by the ship's sensors and science.
I got the ship. Complication range of 1, yeah?
Always.
Yeah, unless I tell you otherwise, it's going to be 1. Alright, so hey, that's 3 momentum that you just gained there.
Boom.
Bam.
So, you're not sure what you can do about the temporal anomaly, but in doing this sensor sweep, you've noticed that the ship's nav computer is starting to lose location fix. And one of the other ships approaches. Alright, it is the start of a new turn.
Our ship has started to lose location fix.
Yeah, I'm going to announce that to the bridge.
Well, I'm spending 2 more points of momentum because another Chronoton wave comes. Chesh, give me that difficulty 0, daring, and con roll, assisted by the ship's engines and con, with a complication range of 3.
Okay, dokies.
Complication range of 3. Boom. Yeah.
All right.
Help, but
No complications, and you guys are currently at max momentum, so I don't know why I just spent threat to give you guys momentum, but I did. Like an idiot.
Nice.
I finally rolled without
Good
a
job.
fucking...
Alright, I think Croc should go first and blast one of these guys.
I'm gonna target the same guy because they're still moving. I want to stop them from moving.
Okay.
Alright, so same thing. We got some momentum. I'll target the same thing. I'll spend 3 of momentum.
3, wow. Alright.
Yep. And I assume the ship can do something as well?
Hopefully.
Weapons and security.
And I can reroll 1d20, so I'm gonna do that.
Alright.
I got an 18 again. Wow.
That was 4 total.
Yeah, so that's 1 more than was needed, so you're getting the momentum back. Roll that damage.
Alright. Well,
Did you find it?
as I showed you, I don't see any weapons
I got
on
it.
the ship.
Okay. Alright, yeah, so that ship is currently disabled.
Alright, good. That was my goal.
I'm gonna give it a
no
little...
explosion.
No. You could shoot it again and blow it up, I suppose, if you really wanted to kill them.
We
Well,
don't.
as far as my orders are right now is to not kill them, so I'm obeying my
Right.
captain.
Right.
I would like to spend a momentum to keep us going.
Okay, well, that's 2 momentum.
Is it 2? I thought it was only 1.
Well, I can double check. Keep momentum, or retain the initiative, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I'll double
Well, if
check.
you say it's 2, it's 2.
Well, I want to double
I
check
think-
because I want to get it right.
What I would like to do is retain the momentum so I can direct Croc to fire again and maybe disable another ship while they're at optimum range.
All right, yeah, I can see why you would... Well, that would also require... So you would have to basically have yourself go, then use your direct task to give him a second task this turn, which would then mean he's
Exactly.
done on tasks. Okay. So let me just double check on retain initiative, which is, I believe, what it's called. Unless I'm just wrong. Do you remember what page it's on? Because I don't honestly remember anymore.
I'm looking.
Okay.
Well, at least if you
maintain?
learn you're wrong, you can be correct.
All right. Well, one way or another, whether it's
you
1 or
have
2,
enough
I'm
either.
spending
Yeah,
it.
go ahead.
So we'll look to see how much we have after this, but I'm going to spend whatever the required momentum is
Yeah.
and direct Commander Croc to fire at another ship again.
Okay.
I'm a lieutenant, but that's fine.
Lieutenant, sorry.
You just got the promotion.
My
The
window with
promotion.
everyone's ranks and stuff is on a different monitor.
It's
And
fine.
I'm
It's
also
fine.
reading the controls. So
Everyone on the bridge looks at each other and goes, "Commander."
I can assist the task with my command skill.
Mhm.
And because I'm assisting the task with command, that means you can re-roll a die.
And since I have precision targeting and I'm going to use that, I can reroll another one.
And so Dapper command, would that be daring command?
Yeah, that's fine.
Or okay.
Okay, so I'm
One success
gonna
for
use-
me.
going to use 1 momentum
Okay.
to roll 3 this time.
I'm just gonna say it costs 1 momentum to retain that initiative because I'm tired of looking for it. I'll look it up later. All right. So that is in fact a successful hit. Actually, it's get 2 momentum back. And roll that damage.
Yeah, like I said, I looked at my screen and I don't see it. I don't see the weapons.
4. All right. So, which one were
I
you
even
targeting
gave a
again?
screenshot.
The weapons are not on your sheet, they are on the ship's sheet, but you should have a phaser on your personal sheet anyway, but that's a handheld phaser, not a ship weapon.
What? Which
Yeah.
one did you target?
The other
Oh,
ones.
I'll target the one that's closer, which is this one here
Okay.
in the
Cool.
triangle formation.
I'm just like,
It's all good.
Yeah, in game terms it doesn't matter, but on the map that one is closer.
Sure. Also, we're being informed that turtles are the best tetrapod. So,
They are?
Turtles are pretty
Oh.
cool.
I'll tentatively agree for sake of conversation.
all right. One of the ships draws a little closer. Whose turn is it next?
Well, I already took mine, so anybody else?
Helm, why don't you move us away? And so
I
they
feel
have to
like
chase us again. Like,
I feel like
fly
I just
past them.
went, but yeah, let's go. Let's go back. Let's go
Yeah.
back to the deep space part. Meow.
It's because the turns aren't always in the same order.
Yeah,
I feel like
that's
we
what
should
it
go
feels
to
like.
the black hole.
the Lexington has the zoomies.
I have a
the
feeling
black
that if we go,
hole?
yeah,
I have a
I
feeling-
mean, I reckon we'd be able to deal with the black hole, but I'm not so sure about them.
I say
I'm
we
just-
use the gravitational slingshot from the M dwarf to get us to the black hole so that we can slingshot ourselves back to the anomaly.
But make sure we go through coronal mass ejection so we go back in time.
Black
Wait, no,
holes
that was
don't
Star
have
Trek.
coronal mass ejections anyway.
Yes, that is
We're
Stargate.
on the M dwarf, aren't we? That'll have a coronal mass ejection.
That could have a coronal mass ejection, yeah.
All right, let's go. We zoom
But
in.
we don't have any
as long as
Stargate
we don't
ready.
get sucked,
Toward
takes-
the-
That takes a power which puts us to 6. And
Oh,
you take a task of
Yep.
control and con.
control con still
Difficulty
task
0.
Is the complication
Always-
range
Always one
1.
unless Dapper tells you different.
1? Okay. And I'm still getting my focus.
Yes.
1. 1.
Right, and the ship. Engines and con, I believe.
I got it.
Let's go.
And con. Oh, ignore that.
Oh no, I can't. It's a complication.
No, it's not. You didn't see anything.
Oh, I saw a complication. I'm giving myself a threat.
this seems a little complicated. So he gets complicated. It's a complication.
Alright,
At least we also gain momentum for that.
I just hope we don't get
So,
sucked in the black hole.
you're going to the black hole?
That's where we're headed, apparently.
Alright, you're now at the black... You're not in the black hole, but you're in the black hole zone.
Okay, that's better.
Yeah. Hey, I had a handy 3D model of a star and a black hole just sitting on my computer. So...
Wow.
Hooray!
Why not, eh?
Yeah.
I mean, everyone's got those, right?
Yeah, they're actually, the star
Yes.
is entirely procedural. All made of math. Even the little, like, branching...
The
guys.
whole universe is made of math.
Very nice. I spent...
The whole universe is made of meth. Sorry, math. One of the two.
Well, or
Why
maybe
not
both.
both?
Yeah, why not both?
If you, math
One of the
begets math.
Tholians...
Under conflict, page 172, maintaining the momentum is 2. May take 2.
It's 2? Alright.
2 is the thing we were looking for before.
Yes.
Words.
One.
One of the Tholians,
To maintain
I am going to spend a couple momentum, or sorry, well, threat. You actually. To give myself an extra die. And let's see. Oh, yeah, barely. So, okay. This guy manages to get all the way to here. And then I'm going to spend another couple to retain the initiative. This guy is also going to... Okay. Whose turn is it now?
I guess it would be mine.
Okay.
You want to give us some more power?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Can I do something to increase our power?
Absolutely.
there's a task for that.
Yes.
Oh,
I
yes, that's what I
believe
wanna
it
do.
is on...
Power management is page 224,
There you go.
top right.
Daring or control plus engineering difficulty 2.
Daring plus engineering, difficulty 2, compilation
Or
rate
control
1.
if it's better. I don't know what your stats
How
are.
many momentum do we have?
Currently 3.
Right, I'm going to use one to buy an extra die.
Okay.
Boom.
All right. Well, that gets you your momentum back, and you can also gain a point of power, or
Lovely
more if
jubbly.
you'd like to spend additional.
Yeah. Put us back up to 8. Give me spend another momentum.
All right. So, the one of the Tholian ships is now going to spend another point of threat to get another die. And, yep. I'm actually going to spend one more threat to drain 2 power away.
But I just got them back!
Well, now you're still higher than you would have been had you not done that.
Well, that's a good point. You're welcome, Captain.
All right, who's next?
Tide goes in, tide goes out. You can't explain that. Power goes in, power
I
goes
think
out. You
Lanford
can't
and
explain
Chanos
that.
are the only ones who haven't gone so far.
Yeah,
Momentum
I
goes in,
want
momentum goes
to
out.
see if I can, these webs that they're using to drain our power, I want to see if there's anything I can do to modulate our shields to protect us against this power drain.
All right.
I'd already scanned for a specific frequency. We didn't find one.
You already tried that. It didn't.
But
Damn.
you could scan for weakness to make Croc's shots better.
Yeah.
I could do that.
Also, while you're working
let's-
on those sensors, the ship's location lock in terms of its navigation computer is getting worse. You are now not... the ship is no longer sure where in the galaxy it is.
To figure out
What
what
can we
that's
do
about.
to fix it?
That
Yeah,
sounds
so
like
we'll scan
time
for weaknesses,
problem.
and Captain, our nav lock is getting really weak.
Oh,
Can we still tell where we are inside this system?
Yes.
Okay, then we'll worry about the rest of the galaxy once we're no longer fighting these Tholians.
That is fair.
Hey,
Depending on the temporal anomaly, maybe there is no more rest of the galaxy once
I
we're
know
finished.
my ships.
Captain Hawk, are you looking at the view screen while you're doing all this fighting?
Yes.
There aren't so many stars as there used to be.
That
I'm
seems like a
sorry,
problem.
what?
As I
Yeah.
said, depending on the temporal anomaly, maybe there's no galaxy left when we are finished.
Okay, well,
Yes.
we are going to do what we're doing, but harder, so we can find a deal with that in a minute.
All right, so it's control sciences for me.
Scan for weakness?
Yes. Control science
Somebody
difficulty
call the
1.
doctor.
Sensors plus security.
Yeah,
for the
I
ship.
was thinking we need Doctor Who.
So security, sensors. There's the ship roll. Ship help.
I don't know if Doctor Who had 3 arms and legs at any point, but
All right.
maybe.
Commander Chanos, it is your turn.
There are
I
infinite doctors.
would
I'm sure
like-
one of them has 3 arms and legs.
Shouldn't that give
Sure.
us 2 momentum?
Yes.
I would
I-
like to create an advantage by ordering the crew throughout the ship that is not on duty right now to basically shut off every unneeded system so that we have an advantage to generate power for...
Everyone stop charging your phones.
Absolutely. All right. So there goes
The bowling
two-
alley is needed. Do not shut down the bowling alley.
There you go. Yeah. The,
Yeah,
It's
Someone's
But you
about
have to
to-
replace the pins manually now. They turned off the auto function.
Yeah.
So,
someone's about to go bowling and then they
command.
miss because the lights are off.
well, I mean, technically we were at red alert, so everyone should be at battle stations. But yeah.
That
But
sure.
All right.
people who don't have
the
anything
Street
really
Fighter arcade
important
machine
to
in the
do
mess is still working, yeah?
Yeah. So it's
It has-
control,
It has battery backup.
All right,
Okay,
control,
go ahead.
insider reason plus
I
command.
don't
difficulty 2.
think I have a... I don't think I have a focus for that, but I can just roll it and then we can see.
All right. So you guys receive a hail.
Yes.
Open a channel.
Captain Hawk, Federation. This is Captain Sortel.
Captain Sortel.
You may
Go
have
on.
noticed the stars.
I have, in fact, noticed the stars. Do you want to stop this dancing around and work together to get the stars back?
Yes.
Okay, this is good.
I love these guys.
Turns
so
out even
much.
Tholians
These guys
need
are great.
stars.
Yeah. Okay. Outstanding. Ship back to Amber Alert.
I don't think that is how an Amber Alert works.
Sorry, Yellow Alert. You know what I mean. Look, it's been a very stressful day. The galaxy.
Are you sure, Captain? It does mean I have to change the bulb.
I'm changing the bulb right now.
I'll look for the missing kid.
Okay. Captain
Wesley.
Captain Sortel, what can you tell us about this anomaly that could be causing the stars to go away?
It is a chronoton anomaly. We are not normally used to having chronoton emissions causing stars to disappear.
Right. Can we both approach the anomaly now?
Yes.
Outstanding. Ensign Todd, please take us closer to the anomaly. Lieutenant Lanford,
Aye, sir.
get those stars back.
Can I make a suggestion, Captain?
I'm always open to suggestions, Croc.
Can we offer to help their disabled ship? Send some crew members over.
You mean the one you shot?
Yep, that would be the one.
My job.
Captain Sortel, this is Captain Hawk. Does your disabled ship require any assistance?
We will be able to repair.
Okay.
Great.
Fair enough.
Zoom, zoom. Off we go.
All right.
Still-
So
still
Are
now
you
might
able
be-
to try and give us back some power? as
Now
no
that
longer
we're
in
working
combat?
together,
actually,
I
it is
will
a new
transmit.
scene. You have your power all the way back.
Right, cool.
Nice.
Yeah,
Now that we're
transmit
working
the data.
together, I will transmit the data to help them also avoid
All
the.
right,
here's your
chronoton
bribe.
quakes.
So here's
Here's
what
your
we are
plan.
going to do. We are going to be starting to use the scientific method. You're going to have to science the shit out of this one.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
Right,
my
so what's the
character-
observation? Stars are gone. We need a hypothesis.
I am going to use my.
Make sure you
value
have
of-
a variable that you can actually manipulate yourself there, Craig.
I don't know
Oh.
the science. That's why I have
Right,
science
ground earther.
officers.
All right, so
Yeah.
here's
Observation:
what
stars
happens.
are gone. Hypothesis: stars are gone.
Here's what we need. We need, all right, someone needs to take a engineering, science, or medicine check
That'd be me then.
with
Engineering, science.
with reason to determine which of those disciplines is the most appropriate for this. Probably
You gonna
don't
call
need.
the doctor?
Sure, you can
Yeah,
call it
you're
doctor,
back. We're new scene, so you're back to being Trigan.
if you
Sorry,
want.
what am I doing? Engineering
If you
and
want.
what? Engineering and insight, did you say?
Reason.
Engineering and reason.
So you want a person
Okay.
to make each one?
No,
Is
it's
that-
fine. This is going to be a science task. So, someone with a pretty good science score should probably become research lead.
So you want
That's
science
probably
and
going to be
reason?
Lanford.
Yeah,
My
right.
science is
Lanford,
4.
the science officer.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
So
since he's the head of science.
here's what the research team needs to do. First, they need to throw out between 3 and 5 hypotheses. Just shout them out.
interesting.
What do you think might be happening?
I think possibly there's some kind of subspace bubble that is stopping us seeing outside of it, and that's why the stars are disappearing.
All right, there's one. Let's get another one.
Maybe the temporal anomaly is propagating backwards in time and unmaking the universe.
Okay, there's 2.
Space and time are quite linked, and as we're messing with time, we might be messing with space itself.
Okay, there's 3.
There's a possible effect on our systems which are making it seem as though the stars are disappearing, but they actually haven't.
Okay, there's 4.
I have one if I can contribute.
Go for it.
Yes,
Uh,
of course.
You know that thing in Back to the Future where his mother starts disappearing from the photo? I think that's what's happening.
So we broke time.
Using
Yeah.
some obscure Earth
All right.
lore. I like it.
Yes.
All right.
So I'm pretty sure that's what the commander said about it propagating backwards.
No,
through
no.
time.
I now canonically Croc watched Back to the Future to prepare to serve on a human ship.
Correct.
Yes.
Yep. This is what happens. All right. So, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna first tell you that yes, one of the hypotheses that have been thrown out is in fact correct.
All right.
Right.
I hope
so
it's mine.
we need to. If we're doing a scientific method, the next step would be make a prediction and test it.
All right, so we abstract that a little bit. And so what we're going to do is we're going to pick which hypothesis we want to check first.
I think we should check the ship systems one first, and I'm going to use my I know my ship talent to get an extra D20 so I can try and determine the source of any technical problems.
Okay.
So I can roll 3. What do I would roll
Reason
engineering.
reason engineering on this one. Fine.
Reason engineering, and I get 3. So, right. Do we have any issues with the ship that we can see?
No, it does not seem to be a problem with the ship.
Right. Okay. So that's that hypothesis out then.
I'm imagining, because Hawk is not a science guy, this whole time he's just yelling, "Give it to me in English, Lieutenant!"
Wibbly wobbly timey wimey. It's kind of
Captain,
a weird
Captain, I've just done a detailed diagnostic of ship systems, and I can confirm that our sensors are working completely as they should be, so the stars are actually
Well, that's not great. Thanks, Commander.
Whose hypothesis do we want to test next?
I like the backwards in time one.
How do we test that?
Doesn't matter. We're
We can-
abstracting it.
Right.
If we were testing it, I would chart star charts and wind them back in time and compare that to what we're seeing.
What we do is we
Well,
put
maybe
up
we
a Foucault
could
pendulum, and if it
bend-
rotates the wrong way, now we know that we're traveling backwards in time.
Yeah.
Or maybe you
that's-
could send some kind of projection or a proton beam into the anomaly and see if it comes back out 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Sure, but anyway,
Lieutenant,
this is going to
Lieutenant
be a
Croc just looks at a clock and see if it goes backwards.
It does not, but this is going to be a reason in science test anyway.
Can I just clarify? This is a temporal anomaly, not a tempura anomaly. So like getting
Yes.
Well, it's an anomaly, not an
There was a whole plan.
anemone or whatever it was.
anemones.
Yeah, it's not. It's an anomaly.
It's a tempera anemone.
It's
Well, you said
tempora
reason and-
anemone.
That sounds
Reason and
terrible.
science. For,
Yeah.
That's probably Lanford.
Yeah, reason science will be mine.
Chesh saying words wrong. That's not a thing.
Well, you haven't determined if it's true or not, but you've made progress in figuring it out. However, I am going to spend a couple threat, and we're going to need to see a daring and con check with a complication range of 3 assisted by the ship's engines and con.
Right, I got
I've
the
got
ship.
pretty good daring and con. Oh, you said complication range 3?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry, I did a complication range 1.
Well, we're going to take it because it's a success anyways. Chesh, what do you got for us?
Well, Chesh isn't the... is Chesh playing the
Yeah,
side
you're going to play
character?
Talk, or you're going to play Tregan right now?
I should probably just. I mean, are we doubling up if I if I stay on talk?
I don't understand the question.
If you play Ensign Talk, then Tregan can't do any tasks.
She can't do any tasks
Right.
that
Yeah,
aren't
no, I get
difficulty
that.
0. She can do difficulty 0 tasks.
I understand that. I'm just thinking, like, because the best score that talk has is control at 11, daring at 10, and con at 4.
That's
and
better than
engineering
anyone
at
else
3,
at
so
daring con.
I have a daring...
I-
I have a daring 11 and con of 3, so I'm pretty
so it's
decent
a
at that.
talk.
All right, so who do you
I
want to
think
play?
we can
Talk
deal with
or
maneuvering
Tregan?
the ship.
I just don't think Tregan does much here.
All right, then play Talk.
Just
Roll it.
really don't think.
Sure.
Yeah, we'll just stick with talk.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm rolling complication range 1, task roll.
Complication range 3.
2. Complication range 3. Got it. Do I use my focus for this? I don't think so.
Yes.
Yes, for this. All right.
There's another con
And
it's
it's
on
still
plate.
daring con, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
You want to use any momentum? Guess
No.
not.
Nope. I already rolled.
All right, so that is 1 complication, which means the ship is going to take another breach.
Oh, stop it!
Oh.
No. I'm literally doing this to keep the tension up, guys. Come on. Don't you want to have an exciting thing in which your engines are now breached?
Engines.
Yup.
Is that 1 breach or 2?
1 breach on engines.
Breach. Okay.
So you're
Okay,
fine.
We don't need engines.
My rolls are just ruining Craig's life right now.
We need another one of those science and reason or reason science checks.
Let's go.
Would my testing a theory talent apply here?
Sure.
That gives me a free die.
Do it. All right. So not only do you gain momentum, you also know that nothing seems to be traveling back in time to get rid of Star somehow.
Right. So
All right,
what was
we're
the
not
other
we're not
hypothesis
backwards
then?
nuking stars. That's good.
So one of the other hypotheses was we're in some kind of subspace field.
Yeah, that was yours. We're in a subspace bubble that's just making it look like the stars are disappearing. And another one, I believe, was Back to the Future temporal anomaly is erasing things from history.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Well, can we somehow test the subspace anomaly one?
Well, what do you guys think is more likely? Because it might be the other one.
Honestly, I'm kind of liking the Back to the Future one.
Don't.
I didn't bring it up because I thought it was wrong.
Yeah, it's a fun idea. It might be the one I went with.
I mean, and mine wasn't that far off because mine is that space and time are linked, and since we're messing with time, we're probably messing with space. It's pretty same vein there.
All right, so which one do you want to do?
All right. Let's test the Back to the Future one.
Back to the Future. Let's go. Science and reason and science. Not only is that the exact right number, it is also the correct hypothesis.
Yay!
Some kind of temporal anomaly is causing this whole timeline to
Great
destabilize.
Scott!
That's you.
No.
Wait, I'm Great Scott?
Yeah, because you're a great engineer and you're from Scotland. Or well, your mom
Oh
is.
yes, cool.
Isn't your mom from?
I thought
Fife?
you were.
Oh,
So-
my
Guys,
dad.
we're gonna need
Oh, your dad's from
1.21
Great Scott, and
gigawatts
he's
of energy.
Yeah.
Wait, I thought
So
your mom
when-
was the
Yeah.
human.
Who said that? Either of my parents are human.
You're half Tellarite, half human.
Oh, right. Oh, I thought you meant.
We're talking
real
Shelby.
life.
Shelby.
Yeah, Shelby. Shelby, yes. My
Right,
mom's
but-
Scottish, yes.
Right. Okay.
But see, both of his parents could also be half Tellarite, half human, which means technically neither one are fully human.
Well, that's not what happens.
No, one of my parents was human. One
Okay,
of them was
so
Tellarite.
the science team reports their progress.
Yeah.
And Hawk is like, "Hang on, are you telling me the Back to the Future one was the right one?"
We have obscure Earth
And we've all been
reference.
watching Back to the Future, and we think that's what's happening here.
I like that. That's the research you did. Was like, well, let's watch the movie. Let's see what happens.
Oh, no.
Well, that's what my character did.
Yes.
I don't know
And
what
you
you guys.
see there when he attacked his mom.
Okay. I would like to transmit this information to our compatriots, to Captain Sortel.
Yes, this makes sense. We should discover how to disrupt the anomaly. We will
Please
assist.
tell me you just beamed them over the movie.
Can
It's definitely an
All
attachment.
right, so this is going to be a
I
difficulty
also-
2 reason and science. It's assisted by the ship's sensors and science,
Okay.
and also the Tortel's ships are going to be helping with this.
Oh,
All right. Reason and science, and we're complicating. Do we want to buy more die?
Yes.
yeah, we do now.
All right, so I got my one from the talent, and you want to buy one more that gets us to 4?
Sure.
No, well, yeah, okay, so that's 2 more talent. Okay, you're at 4. By buying 2 momentum. All right, so you gain
Look
2
at
momentum.
all
back.
those ones. As we learned from Power Rangers, I can low roll numbers.
All right, so
Yeah, let's go.
fixing the problem should be possible as long as you can create a strong rotating magnetic field with the axis of rotation directed at the temporal anomaly, and then send a polarized photon beam through the rotating magnetic field, which will then convert a non-trivial fraction of the photons to axions, which will in fact, as a result of polarized axion radiation, shrink the anomaly.
All of that
No
makes perfect
babble.
sense.
Right. Isn't their like web thing? Didn't that have to do with magnets or something?
Mm-hmm.
And this is actually what Hawk says. Again, not a science guy.
Oh, okay.
Right.
I was in
So
character.
if we get the 2 of the Folian ships to create a web and orbit around each other, and then we fire a beam through that web at the anomaly, then it should shrink it.
That is the conclusion you have come to.
Excellent. Make it so.
Sounds like a plan.
All right.
Let's go.
So let's see. Alright, so the Tholians start spinning a web around you, leaving a hole right where your deflector dish is. And it starts spinning. That way your deflector dish can emit high-energy photons, which will convert into high-energy axions because of quantum.
That sounds correct.
Because of quantum.
Right.
Can we
Mr.
pour some
Lanford.
nano on it?
No.
Fire when ready.
Nano just makes it worse. Just don't worry.
Ah.
This tracks.
All right. So,
My character believes it 100%.
And fire.
all right.
Fire the missiles.
So
Beam.
the temporal anomaly starts shrinking, but there is another Tholian ship on the other side.
Yeah, that was actually...
It starts emitting its
Why
own...
are they doing this
It
is the
starts
question.
emitting its own axion beam that is of reverse polarity, trying to keep it open, and they also start pushing through into your timeline, and that is going to cost me, like, I'm down at 0 threat in order to do that. But we're also
Fuck's
switching
sakes.
scenes. So now...
Well, if they come over here, we can shoot them.
well,
Can we
Well,
get
yeah,
them
but
now?
they're now
From the
currently
culture.
half in and half out.
Can we
Photon
perhaps-
torpedoes.
Hold on. Can we use a tractor beam to like keep them out?
Shove them?
It'll be
Just shove
difficult.
them out?
It turns out this ship is actually significantly larger than yours.
Captain, perhaps we should try talking to them.
Yeah. Well, that was my next step. Croc, yes.
I was getting ready to say, if they're getting help from the future, maybe we can too. Can we send a signal to Starfleet through the anomaly?
Preserve the timeline is one of your directives.
Yeah. We can't violate the timeline
You
any
can't,
more
you
than
can't
it
violate
already
the
has
prime
been.
directive. The
Well, it's not.
temporal
It
prime
wouldn't be
directive.
the prime
Yeah.
directive.
Well, the
It'd be
temporal prime
temporal
directive.
prime directive.
Yes.
Right.
Could we
Open-
send a...
And not start a war with the Klingons.
Well, also-
if we send just a generic Starfleet distress signal, that wouldn't disturb the timeline because that could be something from their time. They wouldn't know it was us.
What,
It would,
what
be
I
a
was...
it would be a generic distress signal from our time. The distress
We
signals
would-
are going to change over time.
Could we...
Yeah, I
would
think we should
still
just try and
give
blow it up.
Future.
I don't
We
think.
don't have to blow them up. If we
How does that
disable...
work with the temporal directive? Everything we do influences the future.
Yeah, but as long as you do
I-
it without time travel, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
We could
Okay.
theoretically simply damage them enough to prevent them from moving forward.
Well, how advanced are these ships? If they're from the future, we may not have the ability to damage them. Why don't we
Sure.
open a channel and see what words by us?
Scan them.
Yeah.
All right,
But
Well-
then again, would that be violating our directive to talk to these people?
maybe. Look,
Would it
the
be
prime
violating our directive to scan them?
I think it's
learn.
less of a violation of our directive to try to resolve this diplomatically than it would be to blow them up.
Okay, so you want to open a hailing frequency?
Yes.
All right.
Does getting blown up ourselves end up wrecking the timeline too? If we get
Yes.
blown up by something from the
Probably.
future?
It would. So it would. It would.
This hurts my brain.
When we
Because then they would get...
if we get blown up, then Starfleet can't ding us for that.
All right.
That's true.
So, another Tholian appears. This one looks very similar, but a bit different. Slightly different color, slightly different proportions on the big glowing things that look like eyes. And says, so you hail. And says, yes?
This is Captain Hawk of the USS Lexington.
You're the
why
one
are you
interfering.
invading our... I'm sorry?
You're the one interfering, aren't you?
Well, from our perspective, you're the one invading.
I have no intention of invading the past. I'm trying to aid the past.
What are you trying to accomplish?
In my time, the Tholian Assembly is under direct and existential threat. I'm trying to fix that by assisting with the past assembly, if you must know. Please clear away. We were almost done with our data transmission when you started interfering.
Data transmission to the Tholians in this timeline. What's the nature of this threat?
It's not your business, and I would rather not give the Federation a heads up on its impending threats to you, because I'm here to save the Tholian Assembly and assure our power in my time.
Captain,
Can
maybe
we-
it might be helpful to inform them of the unintended consequences of their actions. Maybe
Yeah.
they
Do
don't
they know the stars are
that
disappearing?
they are
Right.
destroying the universe.
So I appreciate that you're trying to help your current timeline, but your actions are destabilizing this timeline. If you continue, then you're going to end up destroying not just us, but yourselves.
All right, take a presence command check on that one.
Out of game, could we not then theoretically be like, if your people are willing to work with our people in the current timeline, we could try to establish like some kind of truce or some kind of treaty between the two, then perhaps we will be able to face it together and give them a better chance in the future?
That is awesome. I like.
Can I use my persuasion focus?
Absolutely.
All right, and I'm going to spend one of our I'm going to spend both of our momentum and give you a threat to buy 2 die.
Okay.
Yes.
I think there's a puck.
Here is your puck.
All right.
Here is your puck. He's doing puck things.
That is
right
not going to do it.
Did you nose?
It's a difficulty 5 check.
Damn it. I thought that was a pretty good roll.
It is a pretty good roll.
Oh.
All right.
You worried about the timeline, buddy?
So is it that they don't believe us?
It's not clear why. They're just...
All right. Can we transmit them the data that shows the effect that they're having?
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Okay.
Like, examine this data for yourself. You can see the effect you're having. You're hurting your own people. In fact, the Tholians on this timeline are assisting us in defending this timeline.
All right. I will say that is good enough to reduce the difficulty by 2 and allow another check. It is now a difficulty 3.
All right. I'm going to give you another threat to use 3 die.
Okay. All right. The ship starts to pull away. All right, now you can get back, but this disruption has further destabilized the anomaly, making the web now more difficult. So, at this point, you now need to make a daring science check, assisted by the computer and engineering, to work out exact trajectories for the Tholian ships, because your computers are better than theirs, so they're relying on you for this trajectory analysis.
So it's a starship. It was daring and what?
Science.
Who's doing that? Not me.
My roll would be 13, but I do have a focus in quantum mechanics, if that helps.
That'll definitely help.
Do it.
I think 13 will probably do it.
No, it won't.
He did say in the explanation of what was happening quantum, so it is helping.
Yeah.
All right, so because you guys have been unable to do that, we now have to deal with another quantum quake. Get us a daring con check with a complication range of 3.
Daring con check. Complication range of 3. Let's go. Boom.
All right. So that is 2. The ship's engines and con.
Engines and con check. I didn't do the complication range, so that would not have complicated.
No, it was not.
20, 19,
it was 18, 18, 19, 20. Okay. Cool. You guys did it.
Flat Earth Dave's app's offline again.
Oh no! You know, I was actually checking. There are 3 people within, like, about 10 miles of me who are paying Dave $11 a year to be on that friend finder thing.
I know, and I can just access it from a back-end API and see where they are anyway. Hey, do you guys want to see where Dave is? We found that on his app.
So, do we need to shoot more stuff at this anomaly?
So basically, you just need to do the check again, and if you keep screwing it up, eventually your guys are going to be having a lot of breaches.
All right, Lanford.
Daring science. Come on, let's do it.
All right, let's try it again. Guys, should we buy a die on this one?
Yeah. How much momentum do we have?
2.
You have 2 momentum, and this is going to end up being a difficulty 5 check at this point.
Yeah. Why don't we give him a ton of threat and just...
Determination.
Yeah. Max our dice.
Yeah.
Maybe someone should use a point of determination.
We have to use or challenge a value for that, right?
Or a directive. Like, preserve the timeline. You know.
Yeah, we're going to challenge... We'll challenge.
Don't start a war with the
We'll
Klingons.
challenge it because
That's not a
I
directive
think.
currently.
But it should always be a directive. That should just be a standard directive.
You can use
Don't
determination
war Klingon.
in support of a directive as well, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
we
directives
definitely
are
have to
just like
preserve the
values;
timeline.
they just change every mission.
Gotcha.
So if
Okay,
whoever wants to
so-
take this wants to use a point of determination, you can count one of your rolls as just having rolled a 1, which is 2 successes.
So
then you
so
could
we
spend,
will. So we'll roll 4 die buying. Use a determination to count them. One of them as a 1. So I'll actually roll 3 die, knowing that the one I don't roll is just a 1.
I mean, you could buy up to 5, or you could buy 3 whole more dice if you want to.
I would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
so
the
I'll,
end of the episode. Just throw as
yeah,
much threat.
I'll roll 4 die, knowing that I have a 5th die that is a 1.
Okay. Yep, 4 dice, and we have 2 more successes than what you were. So that's 4, and it's assisted by the ship's computers and engineering.
I got that.
Come on, Chippy.
Okay.
We just need 1 success.
Boom. Yay!
There it
Oh
is.
yeah, there we go.
All right, you did it. You managed to get 2 successes somehow.
The ship pulls through right at the end.
Yep. The Lexington, it was the key factor. Without the Lexington, you couldn't have done it. But
Of course, it's my ship.
I love when the ship is a character.
you did
Yeah.
manage to assist the Tholians with figuring out their trajectories. And despite the fact that the anomaly became unstable and the chronoton emissions were going crazy, you managed to put out that polarized axion beam to close down the temporal anomaly, and the stars start blinking back into place.
Whew. Good, because you know what? I destroyed a couple of solar systems. I don't want to be part of destroying a universe, okay?
I mean, I like the
Technically,
universe.
you'd
I live there most
more
of the
than
time, so
Yeah, me too.
I'd like
Yeah,
it not
most of the
destroyed.
time.
Ensign Talk, I would like you to count all the stars and make sure they're all back.
Remember, she's a Vulcan. She doesn't understand that is a joke.
7,
It's
8,
true.
9, 10.
All right, so you get a
11.
hail
You
from
missed one.
Captain Sortel.
Open the channel. Captain Sortel, this is Captain Hawk.
Thank you for the assistance.
Hey, Captain.
You are quite welcome.
Hey,
Captain.
while this is going on, if someone could give me a difficulty 2 science and reason check.
Science and bees.
That's
Captain!
not my
That'd be
responsibility.
Lanford. Yes, Croc.
Yeah.
Ask them to send an ambassador back with us.
41, 42, 43, 44, 45.
All right,
Science
so
and reason 2 successes.
Lanford discovers that the Tholian ships are actually still exuding chronotons from their computer cores.
Captain Sortel, we're detecting particles from your computer cores. Did you perhaps take something from the future?
We still have the data.
That data is dangerous. We saw the effect of the chronotons on this timeline. I think it should be destroyed.
You may be correct. We will destroy it.
Oh, good.
Do you require assistance with repairs?
Your
No.
assistance would be quite welcome. Yes.
We will beam over an engineer to assist. He will be in an environment
Excellent.
suit. Do not open it. He will die.
Commander Shelby will be very grateful for this assistance and will provide you with all the tools you require.
Captain, I don't need any assistance. This is my. Why'd you just cut me off?
It's all diplomacy.
12, 113, 114, 115, 116.
You missed one. Start again.
I can't hear you.
Yeah, you're down in engineering. All right, so the Tholian is in fact helpful with the repairs. You guys are patched back up. Your engines are back on full. Your sensors are back up to full. Your hull is still a bit patchwork, but it is functional. And you guys are able to get back, headed on your way back to get repairs, while having saved the timeline.
Boom.
Huzzah!
Nice.
Captain, we're going to do one last scene. While you are off filing reports and whatnot, a man in a light brown leather jacket and a scruffy beard appears in your ready room. Wait, where am I? Oh, you're Captain Hawk.
Yes.
Oh. Looks like you had this one under control, huh?
I believe so.
Good job. I guess I didn't need to show up for this at all. Good job. I was never here, and then he just kind of disappears in a flash of light.
Hawk is
No
gonna
one will
like.
believe you.
Hawk is gonna like look at him, look down in his drawer. No, the whiskey's still there. Okay.
Captain, I just noticed a temporal disturbance on the sensor. Is everything okay?
Yeah, probably just leftover chronoton waves and emissions from the ships.
Okay, I'll just crack on with repairs. No worries.
219, 220, 221,
And we will
222,
end with
223,
Hawk continuing to
224.
count the stars. Thank you very much, everybody. We saved the entire universe. Take that, the Enterprise. All right, thank you very much, everybody. Make sure that you come back next week at the same time for Splinters of Fire. That'll be the next episode. I will be getting a mission briefing to a captain's log to our captain, hopefully by the end of the night, and then we will be able to get a next time on Star Trek Lexington teaser up. Remember, we will be playing the game again next week, but the week after we are going to go on a 1-week hiatus, so there will not be a game in 2 weeks. So not next week, Craig. Not next week. The week after. Got it? Okay.
Cool.
And it'll be at the same time as this one, not the hour earlier.
The chat's asking, was that Wesley Crusher that appeared?
Well, you guys don't know who Wesley Crusher was, but the audience, yes, that was absolutely Wesley Crusher.
Hey,
Shut up,
that's why we all had so many critical fails.
Yeah, fucking
Right?
Wesley.
Well, no, he rolled low. He's known for rolling 1, so he would actually be really good at this game.
Oh, there you go. That's true. Yeah.
Oh.
All right, bye, everybody. We're going to get out of here, and we're going to do some
Bye.
reputation stuff in the background. Bye.
252.